everybody, Excited Utterance here, and I've decided to change a little bit of the theme of today. I was kind of thinking that today there would be a ruling present on the website, you know, the Boondocks website. I thought there would be something there, but there's not on the motion to suppress from the defense regarding, you know, the big interrogation that we've all been watching for the last few years of Sarah Boone, but there doesn't seem to be anything there. So I get to do what I've been hoping to do, and that is talk about Mr. Frank Bankowitz. One of my favorite people. Hello, Mavka. And J-Rock, thank you for joining back up again and becoming a YouTube member. That's very nice of you. I know that my Boone coverage hasn't been quite to your taste, but there you go. These things happen. Sean, hello. Sean the sheep. Yellow, made alive. Hey, are you an Australian, Sean, by any chance? Because you were talking about budgies, and I'm pretty sure that budgies aren't something that Americans talk about. Fairly sure. In fact, let me bring in my co-host and ask him, Hey,
yeah,
darling, do you know what budgies are?
Parakeets. Yeah.
Right. Is that a normal thing that US people talk about, like budgies?
Yeah, we typically, I know them as parakeets, but a lot of people call them budgies.
Okay. You do know what budgies are?
So it's a common thing.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
right.
we had them at PetSmart.
Okay.
They're very common.
Okay. Oh, yeah, so Sean is in Sydney. See, I knew it. I could just tell. I could tell you're an Aussie. Hello, welcome. Yeah. I love having fellow Aussies in chat because we can share like in jokes and stuff. Yay! Welcome, Sean. Hello, Half Irish is welcoming Sean. Very good. Good to see you. Half Irish and Beautiful Waterfall is here. Can you believe it, Beautiful Waterfall, that there's not been a ruling yet? And we are 7 days out. 7 days out. So no ruling yet on the interrogation, the motion to suppress.
Yeah,
You've heard the term, but it's not common for me to hear. Yeah, it does. It sounds like an Aussie term, hey, budgie. And budgie smugglers. Do you know what budgie smugglers are?
I assume exporting parakeets?
No.
Oh.
Budgie smugglers are the little teensy-weensy Speedos that men wear. And the reason they're called budgie smugglers is because like the package inside looks like you're smuggling a budgie.
Oh.
You've never heard that before?
I have not. Okay. I mean,
a man thong. Yeah, okay. Not necessarily the thong part, but the part at the front looks like you're smuggling a budgie.
They don't really do wild caught parrots here anymore for like the last 20 years. So
you're basically Aussie now. Yeah.
My dad used to buy some wild caught parrots for his pet store. So I guess he was buying from budgie smugglers.
But kind of. But like if you go to any Australian beach, you'll see lots of budgie smugglers. And if you're really unlucky, you might see one move.
Ooh, a scrotum slip.
It depends. Yeah, it depends what you consider lucky or unlucky, really. It is funny. See, I knew you guys wouldn't know this term.
Scrotum
I knew
slip.
it.
Okay.
Yeah, Sean knows the term. Yeah. If Unbronze turns off later, we have a few Aussies that come into chat from time to time.
Yeah, too many, frankly, but.
Okay, you're so racist against Aussies. Yeah, we have a few regular Aussies who turn up, and yeah, they will all know what we're talking about, right, Sean? Okay, I think Krennic is planning on ruling on the motions on the 2nd of the 10th. 2nd of the 10th. It's not the 10th of the 2nd, it's the 2nd of the 10th hearing. Right? See, I can't handle this. This part drives me crazy.
No, it'll be February 10th.
No, it's not. Yeah, see, that says February 10th to me. Yeah. Okay, so the 2nd of October hearing, which is not tomorrow for me.
No, Thursday.
Tomorrow is my 2nd of October. Really? Yeah. Yeah, today's the 1st of October for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, pinch and a punch for the first day of the month. Yeah,
It's so
it is.
weird streaming with somebody 18 hours ahead of you.
It is, and I'm so far ahead of you in life and just intelligence and everything. You see, it's really difficult. I have to push myself backwards in all these ways. Oh dear. Oh, Mavka, no, don't do that. Don't do that.
No, it's 2
True.
2024
It's
slash
true.
10.
It's true. All right, let's get into this. So, I wanted to cover this and I didn't know if I would have time because I thought there'd be all these documents dropping. There has been one document dropped today, which is kind of interesting, but we might talk about it later. It's semi-interesting. But what I really wanted to talk about was this man, Mr. Bankowitz. And there's my cat just registering his disapproval about Mr. Bankowitz. I have this theory that Bankowitz is the downfall of the defense for Sarah Boone. And if it hadn't been for Mr. Owens turning up at the last minute like a white knight, she just wouldn't have had a fair trial at all. In fact, it's pretty difficult for her to have a fair trial. She's still not really going to have a fair trial. But Mr. Bankowitz was it. He really was a dud.
Yeah.
He was terrible. And the complaints that she had about him were absolutely founded in truth. If I were looking back, if I were her in her situation, sitting in jail, not knowing what the goddamn hell was going on, I wouldn't know where to turn. You got to think about it from her perspective. And I know it's really difficult when we're out here and we didn't commit any crime.
Yeah. And we can Google for help and...
You can Google for help and things like that. You got friends and family maybe that you can turn to. She doesn't seem to, right? And for her, just sitting there not knowing what's going on and having this absolute idiot for a lawyer, and he was. Like, he just left her for months and months and months and didn't help her at all. And also didn't set any expectations, right? Yes. And Dal, do you want to speak to that for a minute?
Well, I mean, Sean has talked about it before. You have to set... Yes, Sarah is a very, very difficult client. 100%. I will not disagree. And then she's a very difficult person. And then she's in this position now in jail on trial for second-degree murder. And she does not know where to turn. Yes. So you have a lawyer here who is just ignoring her. She's freaking out, obviously. He never sits down with her and is like, okay, this is the process. This is what's going to happen. I am doing this, 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 and this in the background. I will keep you informed as I can. This is just how it works. And I know it's really frustrating. You can call me and I will help you and give you guidance. But this is the process. And this is what any other lawyer will do if they're appointed.
I think he failed in setting up for her what she can really expect for it to be an outcome, and also what she can expect from him in terms of communication. Because when it comes down to it, he was not her. She was not his only client. Yeah. He would have had plenty of private clients as well. Sure. And then on top of that, he didn't meet like her basic needs in terms of, she wanted him to just keep in touch, and 2.5 months would go by and he wouldn't keep in touch. And that's really not okay when it comes down to it. So I want to just revisit a little bit of that, but then also I want to talk a little bit about what he's just done, which I find to be repulsive. It's gobsmackingly bad. He just appeared on court TV and spoke about the case before it's gone to trial, and not just talked about like his part in the case, he's also commented on something that's not even been ruled on, which is this this motion to suppress the interrogation. How is that okay? And we've spoken to our friends who are lawyers, and they're also like, what is going on here? This is not an ethical thing to do. And yet at the end of the interview, Julie Grant, the wonderful Julie Grant, goes, "Oh, maybe we can have you on to talk about other things from time to time."
Oh, yeah.
We'll see whether or not you're still a lawyer at that point, Mr. Bankowitz. So we'll have a little look at that interview first, and then we'll go back and have a look at Mr. Bankowitz's time as her third attorney. Second court-appointed attorney.
Yes.
Yes, indeed. Hey, Barbara, how are you? Good to see you. And he does agree about the Miranda rights too. In fact, and this is why probably it's taking so long for the court to get back on it. Perhaps this interrogation is going to get thrown out.
That would be amazing.
It would be amazing. The seethe, everybody. How cool would it be?
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Right. It would be pretty good. All right, so let's have a look at this. Tab, and let's go, everyone. Let's go. I've never seen anything like this. I have never seen a lawyer. And P.S., by the way, remember, he just got his $15,000 approved. Timing. So
that is.
Yep.
Sus.
Remember, he put in his invoice for $15,000 from the JAC, and then he went to the hearing just last week with Hobson and Cashman, and he got his $15,000 approved. Right, so that's it. He's getting paid now. And how long did it take for him to appear on Court TV? Like 24 hours. Right? The others aren't on Court TV. Sus. Right, let's go.
Welcome back. In our spotlight this morning, some inside knowledge for you about what it's like to be one of Sarah Boone's attorneys. You know Sarah Boone, the defendant in the suitcase murder trial. Well, she's on her 9th lawyer right now, and so far, so good. But 3 court-appointed attorneys who used to represent her went before a judge to get paid, telling the court what it was like to represent Sarah Boone.
Like previous counsel, spent an inordinate amount of time with Ms. Boone. I spent over 20 hours during my period of time that I was representing her. I believe that for multiple reasons, the court can find that this case was extraordinary and unusual, and that it would be confiscatory to not pay me the flat fee.
Get this, one attorney even said he had to put up with Boone's gaslighting. How about that? Now, the judge granted a payment of $15,000 for each of those attorneys who had not been paid, of course, plus some other fees. So hopefully everyone is receiving the compensation that is owed to them. And I've long said that all of those attorneys deserve a medal for tolerating her. That's just my opinion. And
you know what? I deserve a medal for listening to this woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Julie Grant, guys.
Yeah, she knows all about compensation to get where she's at.
God. Julie Grant is up there with Nancy Grace, in my opinion. Like, Julie Grant is the goddamn worst. This woman, she's awful. So, Julie Grant, Coffin Duffer, and Nancy Grace, those 3 could have like a witch's coven. Together. Like, those 3 are like, hubble bubble, toil and trouble. Let's just put everybody in a pot and stir them up and create a big criminal stew. Yeah, they're gross. I hate them.
Bring in one of those attorneys who should get a medal right now. I want to welcome in attorney Frank Bankowitz. He was number 6 in the order that we've been counting, and we're so pleased to have him here alongside Court TV digital producer Lauren Silver, who's been digging in, researching this case for us, following all of the progression through the years.
Wait. So her other person just is some producer who works for Court TV. That's who she's got on?
Well, her co-host called in sick that day, and she's like, "Hey, you in the janitor closet.
You'll do.
You'll do. Come on. Let's talk."
I'll just go get one of the producers. You'll do. Do you want to be on?
Hey, intern, come here.
Yeah. How's that?
Are they really running out of lawyers to come on there?
They're running, and yeah, okay, and that's why they gone and offered him a spot, right? Because they can't get anyone anymore. So we're getting producers out. Go stand in front of that wall.
Yeah.
With those pictures, and we'll put a little light on it. They haven't even got a proper light on it.
Yeah. Good Lord, my setup is better, and I've got the
your setup is better than that.
Sun right now coming in.
I know, right? She's just like she's legit in a closet, and they put some pictures behind her.
Can we do a green screen, sweetie? Oh, you're using Windows XP. Okay.
That's too funny.
Do you have
I only just picked up on that she's just a producer.
No green screen for you.
No green screen for you. They could have called her something else. Like maybe she's like a researcher who's been following the case from the beginning. They didn't have to say she worked for Court TV.
Yeah.
And we're so happy to dig in with you both this morning. So, Frank, let me start with you. Welcome. Thank you for doing this. And talk to us a little bit, please, about what it was like to represent Sarah Boone.
Oh, what was it like?
It was like the ninth grade.
It was an unusual situation. Case had a lot of publicity, and Miss Boone was very involved with her own defense, and she wanted her attorneys to be also that.
Pause. It was like I went back to high school, and I was a freshman, and the other teens bullied me during gym class, and it brought back all those memories. My left testicle had not descended, and I got embarrassed so much when I was forced to take a shower after gym. I didn't want to, but I was forced to, and the other students only saw my one ball. And I was known as One Testy Bankowitz.
One Testy Bankowitz.
One Testy Banky.
Lefty Banky.
And I still flash back to that. I have PTSD.
She hurt my fifis.
I'm going to go tattle to Court TV.
He's already tattled to the judge. Yeah. We'll see that in a minute. We're going to watch that in a minute, by the way. We're going to watch him tattling. Oh, hello. I bet this guy's younger than me. What a wreck. Oh, yeah. Hey, you want a link? By the way, we'd love to see you. I want to hear what you have to say about this dude talking on Court TV when the trial hasn't even happened. Andrew, it's great to see you, man. Great to see you. All right, let's keep going.
Involved. Regardless of what other cases they had. So it was an experience.
Sure. And I know right now her current legal team is saying they're going to present battered spouse syndrome as their defense. And I understand that was also something that you had intended to present, but there was a problem that Sarah had with it. What was that, Frank?
She did not like the expert witness that we had chosen to assist in that defense, and could not get along with that person. At times refused to communicate, meet with, or do any assistance with the expert that we had retained.
So an issue with an expert. Okay. And we know that her team is also taking issue with something else, with the interrogation that was done. And it was videotaped. We watched it in depth. And
yeah, I agree with Stratton. I think that was over the line, personally. Like, she had an issue with an expert. Why are you saying that? She had an issue with an expert. That wouldn't have been written in any documents. That wouldn't have been something that was said out in the middle of open court. She had an issue with an expert. No, you can't say that. How can you say that?
Yeah.
What is with this man? Just that's attorney-client privilege that she had an issue with an expert. Just and so beautiful waterfall. So things like that, like her feelings towards certain people or situations that happened throughout the course of the case, that's between her and him. He can't be going on national television and speaking about that. He can't be talking about that to anybody. That's completely unethical.
Yeah.
Tainting the jury, yo. Isn't this interesting? I wonder whether this interview could screw things up.
Probably.
Wouldn't that be interesting?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean,
I don't know. I don't know enough about. I've not seen anything like this occur so close to trial.
It would be funny if James Owens filed a motion to delay because of this interview.
Because of this.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine the seethe. Just imagine the seethe. That would be so interesting. But anyway, let's keep going.
And apparently they're saying that she was not properly given her warnings pursuant to Miranda versus Arizona. Frank, curious if you agree with that.
He was not giving her warnings necessarily on the video itself, but from my investigation, they had been given prior to the actual starting of the camera. Miss Boone's biggest complaint was the publication of that video by the sheriff's department on such things as YouTube, and which has created a very impossible task in picking a jury that would be impartial in the case.
Understood, Frank. And I have a clip from the interrogation. Let's take a look at it together now.
I can't even get over this.
I thought he was okay. Like, I didn't. He's
telling you he's not. He's telling you, Sarah, I can't breathe. He's saying your name, and you're like, that's my name, don't wear it out.
Guys, that's how we are with each other. Like, nobody understands our relationship. The whole suitcase thing never happened before.
Okay,
Clearly,
I want to bring in Lauren
was alive
Silver to
beforehand.
accompany you here on Frank for some questions. Now, Lauren, you're digging in. This motion her attorneys have filed. Tell us a little bit about this latest motion and what essentially they're trying to do here, please.
All right, so the motion that they filed to suppress, this is a motion to suppress the full interrogation done by Orange County Sheriff's deputies. This was an extensive interrogation done on February 25th, the day after the death. And they are claiming that the Miranda card, which the deputies physically read off of, was done twice incorrectly. And specifically what they're alleging is that the very last sentence was let off. So that very last sentence is, having these rights in mind, do you wish to talk to us now? The rest of them, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. All those things we're used to from watching here on Court TV and also shows like Law and Order. Those were all read properly. It's on video. The question is that last sentence and whether that last sentence
Why is she talking about Law and Order?
Not being read is enough to suppress. Her attorney, James Owens, is also claiming that she was coerced in making the statements because when she walked in, deputies told her things like, you have to talk to us. We found some things on the autopsy we need to talk to you about, and creating what he is calling a false sense of urgency that he's determining as coercion.
Ooh, Lauren, this is interesting. And I love that you brought with us, your
Lauren, this
discussion
is
points
so
today,
interesting.
that card, so that we could see that very last line is what defense counsel's taking issue with.
She
So,
brought the card
Frank,
in.
back to you on that. Was it legally necessary?
Wait. Okay, that's why they needed the producer to be there with the ring light in the cupboard. So, yeah, so she could bring the card in. Right? Like, she's so valuable, this Lauren chick.
What is she, sleeping in the Harry Potter cupboard under the stairs? Good Lord.
Like, yeah, with a portable ring light, USB ring light. Yo, thank you so much, Lauren, because you are a star, like, you're a new expert. She should ask for a raise.
She should.
She should ask for a raise.
Just don't give her any garlic.
You don't give her any garlic.
She kind of looks like a vampire. I'm not
She
trying to be
does look
mean,
like a
but-
vampire. Like, no, it's the ring light. That's the problem. It's just like...
Yeah.
Wow.
I have to go. I'm going to go cosplay Twilight. Bye, guys.
For these officers to read that line to her?
Yes, it was. They are required to read the entire card, everything that is on the card, and they normally get a piece of paper that is a checklist of what they have instructed or advised against, and they usually have the individual sign that piece of paper. I did not, in my recollection, see that signed waiver card.
Oh, this is interesting. Okay, thank you for that. So this is something big. And Lauren, thank you as well. This is something huge we're going to watch to see if all that footage that we watched on this program is going to be tossed. We'll see. Frank, with respect to Sarah and the interactions, I understand you had her for about 14 months representing her. Did you two get along? Were you able to get along well with her?
The one who got away.
Oh, here we go. This is the bit.
That's a tough question. We got along as long as I was there, and we had open access, which at times we did not. But
when you
it was a matter of seeing her physically, that she wanted her attorneys, not just me, but all of her attorneys, to be able to be at her disposal. And that's difficult when you have other clients to represent.
Right, most certainly. Yeah, tell us about your job, your career, where you've worked, where you're currently working.
Right, beautiful.
Well, when I first started practicing law, I was an assistant state attorney in the Ninth Judicial Circuit, which is
Wait a minute. Like, he didn't really say anything.
No.
Like, that whole interview was really for him to badmouth her. Right, so that they got him on there so that they could get some sort of soundbite about how awful she was and how she was a piece of shit and how it was just impossible to work with her, etc. That's all they got.
Yeah,
just that little bit of nothing. Just then, I bet they're like, oh, great, okay, thanks a lot, Banky.
Prosecuting Ms. Boone at this time. I was there for about 5 years. I left there to go with a civil law firm in the personal injury area, and I left there about maybe 3 years later and opened my own office, and ever since then I have been a solo practitioner basically for the last 50 years. I've been a member of the Florida Bar for 50 years.
Well, that's awesome. That's incredibly impressive, Frank. We knew that you knew your stuff, would see you in action. And, this isn't a problem with any of the attorneys that have represented her. Everyone has been so seasoned, so smart. It seems that the common denominator with all the issues is Sarah Boone. And can you tell us quickly why you
What have you been watching, Julie?
Well, it was the cumulative effect, so to speak, of the letters that she would send to the judge about he's not doing this and he's not doing that. And all these letters are public record. They're all in court file. Eventually, it came down to she even wrote a letter to the judge complaining about the judge not doing his job.
Right.
And so, again, these are all on the court file.
We remember that. She is a real piece of work. Frank Bankowitz, wonderful having you on the program. We would love to have you back sometime to do some analysis on another case. We won't talk about Sarah Boone. We'll talk about something else. We'd enjoy your time and your expertise.
Expertise on what? On doing nothing? Look at him. Look how happy he is. It's like, oh, this was worth it. Check this out.
I'm going to show this at my high school reunion.
Yeah, check it out. I'm going to have a viewing party.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, it creeps me out when she talks to Shimmels, right? Court TV is just the worst. It's the lowest. Like, it's worse than Law and Crime. It is worse than Law and Crime. Like, they're just... Okay, guys. Well, I thought I might go back and have a look, hey? Right? Because I know Julie Grant has no idea what she's talking about. I know that for sure. So what I did was I went back and had a look at some court records, and I went, okay, let's see what actually Miss Sarah Boone had to say about Mr. Bankowitz. Now, this is back in, hang on, let's have a look. 6th of the 4th, 2023. And then I also have January 10th, 2023. Now, actually, this is interesting. Mr. Bankowitz, actually, do you want to read this?
Sure. One second.
My good old friend. Hang on, can you see it okay? I'll show this tab. There we go.
Hello and Happy New Year. Aw. Mr. Bankowitz, hello and Happy New Year. May the Yuletide find you with joyous nuptials. I hope the holidays were lovely and very memorable for you and your family.
She's not Southern.
Well, okay, she didn't say Christmas, she said holidays, so that's good.
Holidays, yeah.
Okay, yeah. I hope your Hanukkah was fine. I just wanted to check in as I have not heard from you since the status hearing back on 12/27/22 and want to confirm you are still my attorney after your motion to withdraw was filed 12/19/22. It is my understanding you are, which is why I am writing to you directly, but also including Judge Wooten for fear I do not receive a response like the last almost 5 months, 21 weeks, 147 days since I have felt the caress of your touch. It is very important to me you are aware my questions and concerns for the anticipated pretrial conference on 1/17/23.
Hang on a minute. Is she saying she hasn't heard from him for 5 months?
Yeah, 147 days.
She hasn't heard from her lawyer in 5 months.
Yeah, well, he's busy.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Keep going.
It is very important to me, if you are unable to speak to me beforehand, which I am very much hoping you will be. Unfortunately, I am unsure what else to inquire about as I am unaware of any other progress going on in my case. In the meantime, please see below, and thank you in advance for the information and edification of myself. Pre-trial conference 117. I would like to be in attendance. What time, please? I have not received a notice via the mail or heard from you to ask, and no time was stated during the status hearing. Please make the necessary arrangements for me to be included. It is my right, my dearest Clementine.
Right. Yeah. This is... You're right.
Waiver of appearance. Please mail or bring the appropriate documents to unwaive my appearance going forward to everything I am able to be included on, so I am kept updated with any /all status of my case. It is my right. Please note I have not signed any paperwork for you since the start of your representation as my attorney, so I am unclear how my right to appear was waived in the first place, nor have I verbally given permission for the waiver either. Please provide the signed copy at your earliest convenience.
Okay.
Reason for withdrawal. It was not made known by you or as my attorney or stated by the judge to the court during the status hearing. I was completely blindsided and still massively confused for the attempt, as our attorney/client relationship hasn't even been established from the 2 hours we have spoken out of the now 4,536 hours.
Wow.
Ooh, somebody pulled out the old TI-83 there. And the general information it was when we actually did. If you had genuine, legitimate concerns, I thought from a professional, moralistic standpoint, you would have discussed with me or at least mentioned rather than being uncommunicative for almost 6 months.
6 months?
An entire half of another year for me just sitting here with nothing to show but the perpetual question mark still over my head. Like
Perpetual question mark?
Like I am Mario and there's a question mark block above my head.
Thank you, Istrin.
I would have hoped if you were unable to maintain your workload, which still presently includes me as your client, you would not have made the decision to take on my case and even give me selling points on all your capabilities and resources. Why? Why?
Wow.
Why? Please help me understand. We are supposed to be working together. And for each other, rather
for
than
each other.
We are supposed to be working with each other, not against each other. It worries me futuristically.
Oh, she loves the word futuristically.
It worries me.
It's not even new. Like, that's old. Like, she's been using it for a while.
Let me break out my thesaurus here. Yes, futuristically.
It's not a word.
Also, I have not to date received the copy of your withdrawal. Judge Wooten said I was included on when reading the certificate of service during the hearing. Please provide me a copy forthwith. Phone account. It was previously told to me by you in our in-person meeting 8/22/22 that you already had this set up and were having your assistant look into this so we could use. After not answering any of my calls, the few I did make in an attempt to...
It's okay. You don't have to read the whole thing. Okay, I think I'm getting the idea that even as far back as January 10th, 2023, which was about halfway through his tenure, he was doing all.
Yeah.
Even if he was doing something, he certainly was not communicating with his client about it. He was letting her sit in jail, wondering what the goddamn hell was going on, right? And can you really... I know everyone in the whole world disagrees with me about this, except you guys in chat. Thank you very much for being here. And quite a few people who watch this later on and comment, thank you very much. Guys, most people, though, think that I'm crazy for saying this, but she's sitting in jail on her own, not knowing what the hell is going on. She actually does want things to move along, but she just wants to know how... Who has ever been in a situation where they're working with somebody and they've got a lot invested in a project, for example, and they just can't get in contact with them, right? It's really, really frustrating.
Yeah.
Now, this is a pretty big investment. This is your life on the line, and you're stuck in jail, and you don't know what's going on. For her, the only thing she can think of to do is to write a letter.
Yeah.
To who? The person who's supposed to be unbiased in the situation, the judge. Right? Now, in this case, she's writing to Mr. Bankowitz first. Right? So first she writes to Mr. Bankowitz, which would be the correct thing to do. Write to Mr. Bankowitz. Okay? Now, I'm sure it's not on her mind that it's going to be a public record, which is going to go out to everybody, all and sundry, YouTubers, etc. Right? She's writing to her lawyer. She gets no response. And so she writes to the person she believes to be unbiased in the situation, the judge. Right? Again, probably not on her mind that it's going to go out to every YouTuber, every mainstream media.
And she had other people, including her investigator, trying to reach out on her behalf, though.
Yes, that's true.
Including family and her
Yes, that's
investigator.
true. Exactly. All right. I would like to now show you the hearing, a bit of it, not the whole thing, just a bit of it, to show you how Mr. Bankowitz went to the court, and this was a year ago. So it took a long time for even get to a point where he went to a status hearing and put in his motion to, well, apparently there was a motion to withdraw way back late in December 2022, but it didn't get to a point where he actually went before the judge and the judge granted his motion to withdraw until July 2023. So there was this big long gap of time where he was completely uninvested in the case, and he didn't get removed from the case until July 2023. So I just don't get how that happens. But let's watch and see. All right.
Let's go ahead and call up the Boone case.
State of Florida versus Sarah Boone, 2020 CF 2603. State.
Dave Cacciatore on behalf of the state.
Frank Bankowitz.
Has he got a
Please raise your
walker?
right hand.
Correct.
Do you solemnly swear?
He's got a
that
freaking
the testimony you
walker.
shall give to the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Go back
Yes.
15 seconds.
Can I have
Go back
JAC
15
announce it?
seconds. Oh, hey, he
Please
does
raise
have
your
a
right
walk up.
hand. Do you solemnly swear affirm that the testimony you
Pause
shall give
real
to
quick. Just,
Yeah.
okay, before we get into the walker. Diane Menashe only met with Matthew Moore one time before his trial. Other than that, he didn't speak or see her. That is very true. I've spoke with Matthew Moore once or twice, and he is very resentful of the fact that Diane Menashe was not more hands-on with him. When she's in the middle of trial, I get it, but yeah, like it really rubbed him the wrong way. Even though
She did a good job.
she did. Yeah. I mean, he was, Ronnie, he was accused. It's a really tragic case. His wife unalived herself.
Maybe
She
we
had a
could
lot
go
of
into that
yeah,
in
another time.
another thing. Yeah, but Diane Menashe is a fantastic lawyer. And that said, though, would Diane Menashe be the kind to just not say what was going on at all, though? Like, not. I don't think so. I don't think you can really compare Diane Menashe to someone like this, who just wasn't doing anything. Now, he did have an accident. Actually, someone brought this up. So, yes, he had that car accident. Now, was the car accident actually whilst he was representing her, or was it earlier? I don't remember. Beautiful Waterfall, do you know? Was he actually hurt during the time he was representing her or not? See, if he was not well, like, he should have recused himself then. If he couldn't perform his duties to his clients, then that's fair enough. Like, if you're in hospital, if you've broken your legs,
Yeah.
yeah, I think it might have been while.
I would assume so.
Yeah. But if you need to take months off, fine. Absolutely fine. The
the
court
court.
wouldn't have had a problem with that.
No.
Yeah. I believe it happened while he was representing her, plus he had some big high-profile murder case. Well, that's great.
I mean,
That's
besides this
fantastic.
one,
Yeah, besides this one. Like, yeah, this is nothing. Hey, Rachel, how are you?
Hey,
good to see
good
you.
to see ya.
We have another Aussie in chat. Rachel,
oh Lord.
meet Sean. Sean's here. Sean's from Sydney. Rachel is from southern Queensland.
Oh,
We have Aussies. We were talking about budgie smugglers earlier. All right, let's keep going.
The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. Yes.
Can I have JAC announce themselves as well?
Oh God, JSC.
Yes, Audrey Moore for JAC.
All right. So we have multiple
That's a
matters scheduled
judicial.
this
She's
morning.
prettier than the current JAC
One of
person.
which
Yeah.
is Mr. Bankwitz's motion to
let
withdraw.
her manage my
reading of the
finances.
law is I feel like I have to address that motion first and rule on that before I can address any other motions that would be heard today. So, Mr. Bankwitz, I'll start with you. Tell me why you're moving to withdraw.
Judge, the letters that have been coming to your honor,
Pause.
the derogatory berating
Pause.
of
Derogatory and berating.
This MFer just wheeled up to the podium in a freaking walker. All he has to be like is, I'm using a freaking walker to walk. I was in a car accident.
That's all he has to say.
I can't focus on this case. I would be it would be bordering
Sorry,
on
Rachel.
Oh.
Hi, Rachel from Idaho.
It would be borderline ineffective of counsel for me to continue. Look at me. I'm a frail old man with a broken hip.
That's all you have to say.
My client said mean words to me, and I'm going to go ahead and put on the record how awful she is, just to go ahead and screw her over. There's no reason for this, dude.
Nah, he just wants to stick knives in her. And you know what? This started the downfall, right? This here. All of this, his behavior. I will say it over and over again. I couldn't give a shit what anyone says back to me. His behavior, the way that he neglected his client and left her out in the cold so that she had no recourse other than to first write him letters saying to him, hey, what's going on? You have not contacted me for 5 months.
Couple Q's,
right?
love some A's.
I don't know what's happening. And how else is she going to contact him? She can't, like, she's tried to call him. And she said that in her letters.
His numbers
she's
don't
tried
work.
to call him. His phone numbers don't work. So she's tried all these ways to contact him. She starts to get frustrated.
Yeah.
Right? And then after she's getting nothing out of him, she starts to contact the court because the court is supposed to be unbiased, right? It's supposed to be the arbitrator. She tries to contact the court. She never thinks for a second that all of these letters are going to be going out into the public and be scrutinized the way that they have been. And then he gets up in court and goes, I've been berated, I've been this, I've been that.
Yeah.
Well, what do you expect when you're that incompetent?
Yeah.
What do you expect? Right? He's the reason why this has all happened.
And I will say, having written a lot of record or requests to court, there have been times my name has been unexpectedly published. The request has been published publicly on the court docket, notably in the Alec Baldwin trial, like the most high profile of all. And I'm going to check the most recent updates and I see my request there. Like, God damn it. So, yeah, you don't think about this stuff oftentimes. Even if you're a defendant, she's probably just sending a letter to the judge, not realizing he's going to pop it on the docket.
Of course, but she wouldn't have thought it would have had like millions of people like streaming it, making funny voices of it. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Sorry.
Like that it would have gone completely viral, every letter that she wrote, that it just, think about sitting in jail, quiet, like completely
Talking
shut
with
off
your
from the
girls.
outside world, talking to your girls, waiting for your trial date to come up. Your lawyer's just not contacting you. You're getting frustrated by that. And then you're like, okay, what can I do? I have to write a letter. It goes on the public record and you don't realize that people are just saying all this stuff about you being so entitled and so this, so that. And then it goes on and it goes on and it snowballs, right? And this has nothing to do with whether she's innocent or guilty. Nothing to do with that whatsoever.
Yeah.
It's about her right to a fair trial completely. And this man here is incompetent. I couldn't care less what anyone said. He's incompetent and he's just gone and proved it by going on court TV and betraying attorney-client privilege and just being completely unethical. Let's keep going.
My services in this case, I can't effectively represent her. She doesn't trust me. She calls me a dud, I think, a buffoon, on and on and on and on. And no one should have to endure that type of derogatory comments and
No one.
expect to effectively represent someone, especially in a murder case.
Ms. Boone, I read your letter dated August 26, 2023, and your letter dated August 30th, 2023. And just so we're clear, I read all of the letters that you send to the court. Whether I respond or not is based on what's in the letter and whether I'm asked to actually do something that's within my purview as a judge or not. If I understand correctly, you have now decided that you think it would be best, in fact, if Mr. Bankowitz was allowed to withdraw. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. And you understand, by him withdrawing, I'll have to appoint another attorney. Do you understand?
It's true. You know what's interesting? When you say most of us, no. Most of us, as in our little circle, sure.
Yes.
But, like...
We were for fair trials, I'm sure, but, like, we didn't understand how the sausage was made. And then we see stuff like this, and...
There's so few of us who actually care about fair trials and care about, like, people like this getting a fair trial. We're like such the minority.
Yeah.
Just go for a second and watch any of the like true crimers or anything like that for just for a couple of minutes, and you'll just be shocked by how people have thrown out the rights of people like this. They don't care. They just don't care. They're like, have you seen the video? You're an asshole. To even say things like we're saying here.
Yeah.
That's what they say. They call me an asshole because I want a fair trial for this woman.
Yeah.
That's it. They just say.
And Hella calls me an
like
asshole
that.
for other reasons. But
Yeah, I call him an asshole anyway.
Yeah.
But but for me to make a stream about the incompetence of Mr. Bankowitz, I'm an asshole. Yet they are calling Mr. Owens an asshole. They're calling him a grifter. They're calling him a show pony. They're calling him evil. All sorts of things because he's come out and actually wanted to defend her in the last 3 weeks leading up to trial. He can't possibly be wanting to actually help her out of the goodness of his heart because he thinks that
Sarah Boone needed a lawyer.
Oh, well,
Sarah Boone needed a lawyer.
Yeah.
Sarah Boone needed a lawyer.
That Sarah Boone actually needed a lawyer.
Of all the freaking improvements StreamYard has made, they can't make the loop off by default, for Christ's sake.
You'd think. Yeah.
No,
So yeah, that's what he said. The reason he did it was because Sarah Boone needed a lawyer. And those of us who actually follow lawyers and talk to lawyers who have a heart know that lawyers do things like that out of the goodness of their heart because they took an oath. They actually took an oath. All right, anyway. When this went down, I was very vocal about how uncool Bankowitz was being. I got thrashed a bit, but a lot of people agreed. Yeah. I remember when these letters came out, and actually I want to talk a little bit about the two letters that the judge just referred to. There was one on the 26th of August that year and one on the 30th of August that year. Those two letters were two that I remember her having some excellent points in, and people were reading them out, and I remember going, she's got a goddamn point. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, if what she says is true, but...
Well, yeah, but I mean, how can the judge not be entertaining these points in these letters? Like, isn't this completely against her right to a fair trial? Like, I'll bring up the one, hang on, I'll bring up this one just quickly. I don't want to read the whole thing, but just quickly, this is the one that the judge just referred to on August 26, 2023. 100 more days of no communication. More days of no communication. Gosh. Yeah. Judge Wooten, how do you feel about your attorney withdrawing during an attempted video visit by a misrepresented shifty reporter? This is how I was made aware of my attorney, Frank J. Bankowitz, cowardly and for the second time trying to ungracefully bow out of my case.
100 days of no communication? Wait, is my ex representing her?
Mr. Matt Johnson, please honor the integrity and ethics of a real reporter and not camouflage yourself as my friend in order to push your way through the rules and regulations of the correctional facility.
Be right back.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, so someone came in saying that they were like trying to make friends with her, and it was really just a reporter. From my perspective, am I surprised my attorney is trying to yet again To give up completely? No, it's a blessing, yes. Let's be honest, Frank J. Bankowitz is a dud of an attorney. He is unprofessional, hides, lies, and is disrespectful. I had a feeling when other attorneys spoke about him, winced, sighed, or rolled eyes, saying they have some of his clients, and after finding his 3 public reprimands, I announced to the court, and which he said pissed him off, being the reason for his first attempted withdrawal. This was going to be an adventure, but nonetheless, hope for the best. Unfortunately, I seem to have gotten the worst. Thankfully, there are many other professional, scrupulous, valiant attorneys still available, and hopefully after all my previous letters and something withdraws to date, not by my choice, Judge Wooten, you will remove the blindfold this time when throwing your darts of justice at the remember everyone has constitutional rights and should be treated fairly, dartboard. And you are wearing glasses. Let's go for the bullseye, please. Thank you in advance, hopefully caring this time. Now let's go forward a little bit. Okay. There's a list here. Here's the list. 408 days, 58 weeks plus, 9792 hours of his representation from the date of appointment, 7th of the 11th, 2022. To withdraw attempt 8/22/2023. So with only 6 in-person meetings, 4 to 15-minute video visits, and 2 phone numbers given, 0 working, 0 calls answered, 10 letters from me, client, trying to communicate with no response. 8 letters from me, client, to judge, no response. 4 letters from me, client, to my investigator, asking him to attempt communication on my behalf to Bankowitz. 5 known attempts by investigator, see 8th the 2nd 23 letter, by himself directly and on my behalf, no response. 9 attempts made by outside sources on my behalf, including phone calls, voicemails, emails, no response. Also, trying to use recycled components in my case, no discovery, witness list, research, orders, instructions, records, depositions, downloads, etc. After 13 months, nothing but confirmation of his lack of professionalism, principles, disrespect, lies, and not caring. And please note, 11 out of 13 months are with no communication, none in any form. So Hella, if most of this is true, do you see why Bankowitz couldn't wait to trash her on court TV? See, here's the thing about that beautiful waterfall. If this were like just 2 regular people having an argument, yeah, I get it. But he's an officer of the court, right? And he's supposed to rise above just petty mudslinging. Also, this hasn't gone to trial yet, and he's released information that is attorney-client privilege, so he can't do that. He's gonna most likely either get sanctioned or get warned by the Florida bar. So I just feel like he's done a really, really dumb thing. A really dumb thing. He needs to rise above this kind of behavior. Yeah, I remember looking at this letter at the time and just going, she's got a point. Like, I understand that having this stuff out there in the public, it's not good for him. It's a reason for recusal. I get it. But if I were her in her situation, then I don't know if I could think of anything else to do about it. All right. Lawyer quits. Okay, let's keep going.
And that attorney's not standing here, so we're not going to be able to address, and I'll give the state a chance to talk to me as well, but
yeah, right,
assuming I grant this, we won't be able to address the other issues that were docketed for today, which means I'm going to have to reset your case for a later date. Do you understand that?
I'm not sure what items it is you're speaking of. I haven't received a copy yet of the letter.
So we're having a hearing today in regards to authorization for payment for an expert that your attorney believes he needs to defend you in an issue about the compensation of that expert, which is why JAC is participating today. I don't know if your next lawyer is going to think that that expert's the right person to use, or whether they're going to go a different route after consulting with you. And even if they did, they're not standing here. And once Mr. Bankowitz is out, he's out. He can't argue the motion. So do you understand that?
Always
I
out.
fully understand.
All right. Mr. Cacciatore, normally the state takes no position in these issues, but there are limited circumstances when the state doesn't take a position. So are you taking a position on this motion withdrawal, Mr. Cacciatore?
No, this would be one of those times where we would be not taking a position.
All right. So I'm going to grant Mr. Bankwitz's motion to withdraw.
He's like, yeah, and he throws aside his walker.
Attorney Winston
like
Hobson
Willy Wonka.
to represent Ms. Boone.
He leaves the
In
courthouse
regards
like
to the
him.
other matters scheduled today, I'm going to take no action on them at this time until Mr. Hobson can, well, in regards to the motion involving JAC, I'm simply going to take no action on that motion at this point in time until Mr. Hobson has a chance to review it and determine whether he wants to proceed with that motion. I will address the pretrial, because today was also supposed to be pretrial. Here's what we'll do. Let me just get my calendar up.
I like this judge better than the other one.
I know.
Like, he's way cooler.
I didn't see a lot of the pre-trial with
As
him,
far as
but-
pretrial conference, I'm going to set this case for pretrial conference on Tuesday, November 28th, and a trial period starting Monday, December 11th.
I just want to
think
crack
any
an egg
earlier
on
period
that
of
dude's
time
head.
would be unrealistic for Mr. Hobson to get on board, get up to speed with the discovery, and determine how he wants to proceed in regards to any experts. But I will set a status hearing on the case prior to that.
Just flick forward a little bit.
I'll set a status hearing on the case Monday,
Maybe-
October.
Yep.
Maybe this guy's bald spot is because of representing Sarah Boone. I don't know.
He's such a sensitive flower.
He really is.
He is.
Okay, that explains it. He does look British, so he must be. He's so sensitive.
He is. He's just like... Okay, I'll show you something that happens at the end.
Make sure you were aware of that and we're thinking about that.
Hang on.
To that when I'm addressing. And it's a court-appointed lawyer. You have to accept and understand that they have other cases, other courtrooms, other responsibilities.
Okay, so he's addressing her
And
now.
I'm cognizant of that when I'm addressing these types of issues about communication. So
You notice the judge is stepping in here trying to explain to her how representation works?
Yeah. Yeah, the judge is stepping in. Yeah, exactly.
Not him, the judge. And do you know why the judge changed?
No, I don't know why. I know it did, but Wooten
that
got
makes
shuffled.
sense. Oftentimes they go from different, like, criminal to civil to family and around.
Anyway, yeah. So the judge is stepping in and setting expectations. Because I wonder who didn't set expectations.
I mean, maybe he did, but I don't know. It's just...
It feels like he didn't.
Yeah.
It feels like the judge needs to, feels the need to tell Sarah how things work.
Yeah.
At this point.
it's just food for thought, nothing to do today. I don't need a response from you. I just wanted to make sure you were aware of that and were thinking about that as we proceeded forward. So again, the court minutes reflect that I'm court continuing pretrial. I have granted the motion withdrawal. I have appointed Mr. Hobson to represent the defendant, and I'm taking no action on the motion, the ex parte motion for cost directed where JAC is responding. Ms. Boone will be returned to the Orange County Jail pending disposition of her case.
Thank you, Judge.
All right.
Am I able to say anything?
Am I able to say anything?
That's his information.
Yeah, that'd be a no. That sucks.
Yeah.
Probably best that she didn't say anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, the other document I just wanted to show you briefly was he referred to two. He referred to one on August 26 and one on August 30. So the one on August 30 was basically to Judge Wooten or clerk of courts or anyone. And again, this didn't get any response from the court, right? Would you like to just have a little bit of a read of that, please, for me?
One sec. The hell? Sorry, having issues with Talk Studio. So confused. So tired of the perpetual question marks over my head. As usual, thanks to the ongoing convolution of everything from no communication, no system, not including me, and no care, and I can't ask my attorney because he's trying to withdraw again. I wouldn't get a response anyway. It's funny how the only piece of correspondence via mail I have actually received from Bankowitz is his motion to withdraw as counsel number 2. Judge Wooten, please clarify my requested information as follows so I, the defendant in my case, can prepare and plan accordingly. See letter dated 6/29/023. Hand delivered, second copy 7/21/23. What is going on? This information in question is all I have from an outside source looking on the clerk's website to keep me updated since no one else will.
Okay, she's got someone outside looking for her.
Yeah.
So she got somebody.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
I've tried to
I've tried to what?
Dilute?
Where is it?
Divulge?
Dilute.
Dilute some of the couple Q's. And I'd love some A's from you, Judgy. But need you, Judge Wooten, to help me get it correct and begin my preparation H. Please clarify and send copies for Colin. Scroll.
Yes, scroll. See, there's a page in between always. Ooh. All right, so...
File July 21st, 2023, titled Notice of Hearing for Pretrial Conference, when September 8th, 2023 at 9 a.m. Defendant received copy? Yes. Is defendant attending? Unknown. Why didn't I receive a copy from attorney? All rights reserved.
She's very, on it, right? She's like some sort of, law savant or something.
I feel like I could do side effects from representing Sarah Boone. Like some medicine commercial.
Is she, she'd make an excellent secretary or something, wouldn't she?
She would. She's right
across the facts.
Yeah. She can be a little paralegal minx.
She would be a paralegal minx.
Yeah. Why didn't
she used to say, she goes, I'm excel at everything and I'm a straight A student. I actually believe it.
Oh, yeah.
Not as an alcoholic, clearly, but now that she's
Oh, her.
TMI. But no, now that she's sober, and I do believe she's sober right now, I think that it's true. Had she not had gone down that path, if she had stayed sober and she had chosen a different life for herself, she could have been really good at whatever she chose to do. I mean, look at the detail she goes to with her notes. She pays attention.
I think she is probably suffering from what's known as dry drunk. When you get sober,
dry drunk,
but you still act like you're drunk, and how you deal with other people, things like that.
I've never heard of such a thing.
It's because you get emotional when you drink for a long time. You start to relearn behavior because you're drinking. I do think Sarah is not doing the prison hooch.
No, I don't think she's drinking.
No.
I don't think she's drinking. I don't think it's possible for her to stay this like cognitive and over a long period of time as well. Like she's really paying attention, like such detail in everything that she's writing. And she's the one keeping across her case during this period here, especially like during this 2022-2023 period when Bankowitz apparently went MIA for such a long period of time. You can see that she's the one keeping track of her case. It's very interesting, isn't it? It's just like, and then when she went pro se, that was impressive actually. What she did when she went pro se.
She did really good.
She did really good.
Mean, I'm not
struggled.
saying she should have been, but
no.
I mean, her back was against the wall, and she didn't turn into Daryl Brooks, and
no.
I mean, she approached like Franklin Tucker levels of competence.
Yes, absolutely. It actually seems quite sad because I think booze and some mental health issues have ruined what she could have done with her life. I 100% agree with you, Rachel. I 100% agree with you. I think that I don't know if she had some sort of trauma in her childhood or what happened, but something led her down the wrong path. And I'm not trying to say for a minute that she's not responsible for her actions. She is responsible for her actions. It's just so sad, like you say, Rachel, because she really had a lot of potential. Yeah. A lot of potential. And you never know, she may get out at some point. Owens may manage to get her a lesser included charge. The jury may believe the battered spouse syndrome defense. And as somebody pointed out earlier, if the interrogation does get thrown out, which it's starting to look like it might, then it just means that this whole not intentional thing gets thrown out. So I know there's body cam where she said, I fell asleep, it was an accident, that wasn't intentional, but they can talk that stuff away because she was in shock at that moment.
Yeah.
Right, because that was right after it happened. But the problem with the interrogation stuff is that was a day or so later, and it seems a little bit more contrived when you are in an interrogation room and you continue to say that even faced with the footage on the phone, right? So I feel like the body cam stuff's not as bad because you're in a state of shock. But yeah, you can. I think that they've got a much better case without that interrogation footage there, just because of that whole not intentional thing. I see who the expert is that Sarah objected to. Oh, who is it? Beautiful Waterfall. Who is it?
Samsonite?
Bankowitz was the one with Samsonite.
Was that real?
Yes, it was. I remember the hearing.
He tried to get a Samsonite expert.
There was. And how are you, Laura? Good to see you. You finished in court. Oh! You have 100% care of your oh, wow.
Good for you.
Oh, that's amazing. Well done. Oh, congratulations. All right. Can you just read this last bit? I rarely am included, please.
I rarely am included on / in the certificate of service for any document filled or anything else. I should be an automatic inclusion, seeing as I'm the one on trial for second degree,
that thing.
That little small detail. Please send revised and / or all correct copies of the thesaurus, scroll, aforementioned. No, not you.
Oh.
I was talking about scrolling the thesaurus. Aforementioned documents, so I have for my records, and is the only way I know, unless able to find an outside source. Again, receiving copies or notifications updates, schedules, everything to all my meetings/conferences should be an automatic, so I know. It is my right to please include finally. Am I really the only one who is trying to figure anything out for and about my case to finally conclude? Am I, or shouldn't I, the defendant of all parties in my case, be included overall and receive necessary needed copies? Please clarify everything. Signed, Sarah Boone.
You know what? That's a really nice signature. I might use that for one of my graphics.
You should. That's a nice signature.
You know what? It's time.
Okay. Right.
It's time, everybody. Have you been paying attention? Make sure you're in chat. If you are not in chat, you can't do it. Have you been paying attention? Yay, let's do it. Remember, we are practicing for 1 week away. We're 1 week away from trial, everybody. Yes, we are 1 week away. So it's the Bankowitz stream today. You're going to fail? You never know. That's not with that attitude. Yes, you will fail. Tell everyone, tell your friends. We are starting in 45 seconds. 42, 41. Well, you never know. I might have made it easy today. I might have made it easy or not. Or not. I don't like these squares. I'm going to have to change them to circles.
Don't be square.
Yeah. Oh, look. Suni, the Boonie. Why change your name to Boonie? Just for about a week. How's that going to be? You be all right with that? I put you in a suitcase. Would that be all right? You like suitcases. You like suitcases. Yes, you do.
It's Babu's birthday today.
Oh, is it Babu's birthday?
It is.
Happy birthday. Okay, Bankowitz said he spent about how many hours with Sarah? 1, 200, 2, 20, 3, 45, or 4, 40. 1, 2, 3, or 4. Put your numbers in chat. Bankowitz said he spent about how many hours with Sarah?
In bed.
1, 200, 2, 20, 3, 45, or 4, 40. Put your numbers in chat. And my daughter is not here today. She's back at school today, so we don't have to worry about there being a 12-year-old in chat.
Lame.
Also, like, whining about my song.
I know.
I know, right? She was like, Mom,
No,
I
she
put
hates
the
her
song
music.
on. It's stupid. Oh, dear. Oh, happy birthday, Babu. Happy birthday, Babu. Oh. Wrong song.
No, that's right.
I like this one too.
I am Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC, and we're doing a story on computer predators.
Oh, no, this is not that.
Hey, 20, Mavka and Dolly. Oh, how'd you get that one wrong? Half Irish? Are you throwing it half Irish? Julie Grant said Sarah is now up to her what lawyer? 1, 6th, 2, 9th, 3, 11th, or 4, 8th? Julie Grant said Sarah is now up to her what lawyer? 1, 6th, 2, 9th, 3, 11th, or 4, 8th? None of these people can count. None of these people look at the documents. They're pretty much always all wrong. None of these are the right answer. So, like, as in none of these are the right answer, as in what the real count is up to. They always get it wrong. So, what does she actually say? What does she actually say? Oh, we got lots of answers in chat. Lots of answers in chat. See, Justin, do you just keep saying 420? You're muted, darling.
No, I know. I'm talking to my cats.
Oh.
Trying to get Babu over.
Babu?
I know.
Which Babu?
Well, the main Babu, but I'll take Junior at this
You know
point.
they're both called Babu, everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, look, Mavka again! And then Justin, and then Half Irish. Sorry, Barbara. Sorry, I'm bronze. But you did get here late on bronze. The producer in the Court TV panel with Julie Grant was called 1, Lisa, 2, Lauren, 3, Karen, or 4, Jenny.
5, Julie.
The producer in the Court TV panel with Julie Grant was called 1, Lisa, 2, Lauren, 3, Karen, or 4, Jenny.
Oh, I dated a Jenny.
Did you?
Yeah, she was a whore.
Is that the one you keep whining about?
Yeah,
Okay. Well, it's not Jennifer Coffindoffer, is it?
I plead the 5th. Jenny was definitely around the block, though.
Oh dear. I can't believe they just got some producer out of the corner and got him to stand in some office somewhere with a ring light.
More like her cell phone.
Yes.
She just turned it on.
Maybe it was just a cell phone. I don't know. That was so ridiculous. Just say it's a researcher or something.
Yeah.
Don't. Oh, Mavka, you're doing so well. Lauren, half Irish. Yes, sorry, Benjamin. And Barbara got second. Who was Sarah's lawyer after Bankowitz? 1, Owens. 2, Menashe. 3, Hobson. Or 4, Cashman. Put your answers in chat. Who was Sarah's lawyer after Bankowitz? 1, Hobson. 2, Menashe. 1 Owens. 2, Menashe. 3, Hobson. 4, Cashman. And P.S. Cashman's voice was so annoying, I'm actually really pleased that she recused herself before trial. I don't think I could have handled her speaking right through a trial. She had a voice kind of like this. Yes, I need to be reimbursed for my 40 hours of talking
Sarah Boone
to
needed
Sarah
a lawyer.
Boone. Yeah. Yeah, I need to recuse myself. I spent 40 hours with her. That's a bit Australian though, isn't it? I can't do an American accent. I just can't.
Yeah.
I'm pretty bad at it.
Aw, poor thing.
The lawyer.
Lawyer. No, it's Boston.
I had a friend come. Oh, hang on. Beautiful came first. Then Mavka. Then I'm bronze. Then half Irish. I had a friend turn up. He's a Brazilian and he lives in Miami. And I'll tell you the rest later. The bailiff was wearing a mask and what coloured gloves? 1, white. 2, pink. 3, grey. 4, black. This is the last one. The bailiff was wearing a mask and what coloured gloves? 1, white. 2, pink. 3, grey. Or 4, black. Were you watching? Were you paying attention? Yeah, anyway, so I had a friend come and visit on the weekend, and he lives in Miami, and he said, I just started a new outlet for my business in Boston. I said, oh yeah, Boston people are assholes. He's like, are they? I'm like, yeah, oh, sorry. Maybe it's just the ones that I've seen. You were listening. Benjamin, you must know by now that you have to watch if you want to do the observation questions. Purple schnibbles? Purple? Purple?
Racist.
Well, this was 2020. It was 2023. What was he doing wearing a mask?
Safety first.
Safety first. Hey, Marsha, how's it going? White, Dali got it, and then Beautiful Waterfall, and then Half Irish. Oh, Mavka. I thought you were going to win today, Mavka. Beautiful Waterfall wins again. You have 2 now, Beautiful Waterfall, and Half Irish second, and Umbron's third. And then Barbara, nice one, Barbara, Mavka, Benjamin Gray, Dali, Rachel, and Justin Smith. Beautiful work. Lovely. Mavka, I am keeping track of yours. Sorry, not Mavka, Beautiful Waterfall. I'm keeping track of yours. You are now up to 2. Online Red, I believe, is up to 3. She's not here today. But I'm keeping track of the people who've got multiple wins. Alrighty, I am going to take a screenshot of that. And I didn't post it the other day. I'm sorry about that. I got distracted by my daughter being on holidays and being very needy. Extremely needy. But I might do 2 at once, actually. I might do this one and the last one so that I can show Beautiful Waterfall. I had 2 in a row. Tisk, tisk, tisk. I know. Very cool. Yeah, you're on a roll. You are absolutely on a roll. I am so impressed, Beautiful Waterfall. All right, so you know what? We are 7 days out from trial. Can you believe it?
I cannot.
Where'd you go, Dolly?
I'm right here. There's Babu. See?
Babu, it's your birthday.
I know.
Hey, Babu. Hey, birthday boy. Birthday boy.
See? There he is.
What? Oh, you mean the trivia? You never been here for trivia, Sean? Yeah. Well, it's kind of trivia, but it's very important trivia. And it's going to be much more fun when we're at trial and we get to ask trivia about what actually happened that day. Much more fun. I can't hardly believe it's actually going to happen. Me neither. I still feel like there's going to be an asteroid hit or something. I still feel like something's going to happen. And when the hurricane happened last week, it was like, oh, surely this is going to be it. This is going to be the reason why it's going to be delayed. Still feel like something's going to happen. Still feel like it. Who knows? You just never know. I need to order, what's this? You need to order his catnip.
No, his
for his
belated
birthday.
gift.
Yeah, belated gift. All right, so, guys, every night from 6 p.m. Eastern, we are running the trial here. We're running it on fast mode. So that way you do not have to sit through the lunch breaks. You do not have to sit through the sidebars. The only thing that we're going to stop for is trivia at the end. Maybe just a little bit of fun. Every time we have 25 gifted memberships, we are going to put an extra thing on the screen. And we might even get to vote on what that extra thing is. Something to do with the testimony, maybe something to do with one of the witnesses, something fun. So we have fun here, guys. This is not one of those streams, one of those channels where we're just always outraged at everything. We have a lot of fun. So I don't know, maybe if one of the witnesses has a funny colored hair or something like that, we might decide to put a wig on Dali. Who knows? We'll do something fun. But I'm a graphic designer. If some of you don't know, that's what I do. So I can easily whip up some fun things to put on the screen, and we'll make a big collage, maybe on a suitcase. Who knows? But by the end of the trial, we're going to have a really interesting looking screen. Yep. So that's starting in 1 week's time. Now, Dali, what are you planning to do for the trial? You're doing something on your channel, aren't you?
Just like 30 minutes before or so, I'll do a wrap up of the day, preview of what's going on, just something to whet the appetite of the listener.
Whet the appetite of the listener. So a little bit of teaser stuff. So highlights of today's trial. So get a little bit of an idea of what happened during the day, and a bit of an idea of what to expect on the night stream, and then redirect over to me.
Yours truly.
And P.S. we're going to have a lawyer on board, at least one.
Yeah.
So that is Mr. David Helm, Making Law Simple. So he is going to be with us. Moisten the appetite, Daniel D. Exactly. So David is going to be joining us. He was going to be streaming the trial. He has thought about doing this for a long time, and he's decided to go back to full-time lawyering. And so he's going to be with us in the evening, so that way he gets to do his lawyering during the day and come home to his treehouse where he does his streaming and be with us. So that's awesome to have a lawyer on our stream too. At least one, maybe one or two others from time to time. We have quite a few lawyer friends here on this channel, so maybe Law Self-Defense, Andrew, who was in chat earlier, might pop on from time to time. Maybe even Sean, potentially criminal. There's always a invite out to our friends in the LawTube community. So pop along, make sure you're here, and you'll have the best commentary and unbiased as well. As you know, we like to have a fair trial for all, innocent till proven guilty, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. So excited for it. I like that Michigan law show guy better. Yeah, he's awesome.
He does great Legos too.
He does great Legos too. Yeah. He's
original idea, you know.
Well, you know what? We should all do Legos because we're the only ones who aren't. Really.
I know. I'm going to do an erector set.
What?
You've never heard of that?
I've never heard of the erector set before. No, that sounds really sus. Okay, that's about it for now. I will see you probably tomorrow. What are you doing tomorrow, Dally? Anything?
Big time new Wade news. Wade may not be as appreciative of the donations he's gotten.
No, really?
Yeah, believe it or not, it may come as a surprise. 6 p.m. Eastern. Big news.
I thought you might do something other than Wade tomorrow.
No, I'm too brokenhearted about Hannah. No, I'm pissed. Like, she's not getting out of jail early. The only good news is I get to spend the next year risen her up on JPay. So.
Who?
Hannah Gutierrez or
Oh, sorry. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. You're talking to someone in chat.
No.
You were talking about Wade, then you started talking about Hannah.
Oh, you brought her up.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't. I said I thought you might do something other than Wade tomorrow.
Yeah, Hannah.
Okay, I didn't bring up Hannah.
Well, she was on my mind. Sorry.
Okay, sorry, I'm not a mind reader. I'm sure no one in chat is either. Can you say what you're talking about?
Hannah.
Okay. God. Sorry, guys. He gets like this sometimes. Like, he talks in riddles. You gotta like get a can opener and open his brain up. Jesus Christ. Sorry, everyone. All right, it's time for the song. See you on Daily Stream tomorrow. And I might cover something afterwards. Love you all.
Her name was Ella. She was an RV. She was a fake lawyer from the future. She got on YouTube and made some live streams. The co-host is Dolly and she dances sometimes. The words are always so loud and because she's an 803. To the attention, excited utterance. Her cat is